Valve welcome you back to Aperture Science, the only science lab you can't escape. With the original Portal being only a glimpse on what the game could be, Portal 2 really is the first full game, and for the first time ever, you'll be able to play with a friend online. But does this really add up to the full package, or should it have been left in the lab?
Reflect briefly on this classical music.
The original Portal was known for being light on story until moments before its end, with the only speaking character being an evil testing robot called GLaDOS. There really wasn't much to go by.
How have you been? I've been really busy being dead.
Portal 2, however, unloads on story big time. Once again, you're in the realms of Aperture Science and must complete tests in order to progress. This time, you'll meet another character to bond with, a service bot named Wheatley, voiced by Stephen Merchant of The Office and Extras fame. Really brings a lovable voice to the character, as well as being drop-dead funny.
Hello, friend. Why not open the door?
Drawer in front of you and write us a letter.
Could be Spanish. Hola, amigo. Abre la puerta. Donde está? Oh, God. You look good. Looking good, actually.
Merchant's lines are delivered with perfection. If you're a fan of his humour, then you'll feel right at home. If you're not, however, you will be by the end.
Also, are you alive? That's important. Should have asked that first.
Wheatley is attempting to escape the void of Aperture Science, much like yourself, and he's going to help you on your way. Another character you'll meet throughout the game is Cave Johnson, the founder of Aperture Science. Another voiceover much like GLaDOS, however this man, yet again, is a barrel of laughs.
Those of you who volunteered to be injected with praying mantis DNA, I've got some good news and some bad news. Bad news is we're postponing those tests indefinitely. Good news is we've got a much better test for you, fighting an army of mantis men. Pick up a rifle and follow the yellow line. You'll know when the test starts.
The story plays out surprisingly well for a comedy-styled script. You'll be laughing and awaiting what happens next. We wouldn't want to spoil it for you, that would be evil. But all we can say is that without Stephen Merchant, Portal 2 just wouldn't be the same.
This door's actually pretty complicated. How long's the door been open? I mean, was there any sort of announcement before it opened, like a buzzer or an alarm of some kind, or like a hacker alert? I mean, fair enough, the important thing is it's open, but it's just mentioned in the future, cough or something.
Portal kept things simple yet effective. It was the first ever physics-based puzzle game and also brought portals to the table. Portals allow you to travel from one area to another by simply shooting at appropriate surface. This also allows objects to travel through them, direct specific laser sources, and gravitational velocity, which can throw you vast distances at high speeds. Portal 2 goes one step further and enables you to change specific surface effects with all new gels. From being able to bounce at your gravitational velocity, propel yourself across a large chasm, or even float in an elaborate tunnel. These new features allow Portal 2 to get incredibly complex. Don't fret though, you'll be introduced to these new elements and slowly taught how to use them. And once you've got the hang of it, you'll pat yourself on the back.
Congratulations. Not on the test. Most people emerge from suspension terribly undernourished. I want to congratulate you on beating the odds and somehow managing to pack on a few pounds.
The newer features debut later on in the game and don't get showcased as much as we'd hoped. Although some of the later puzzles are challenging, we would have enjoyed to get playing with all the new gels earlier on in the game. Another issue that lies in Portal 2 is the amount of loading screens. If you're a clever player, you'll be flying through the puzzles, and with that, you'll be seeing a lot of loading screens when en route to your next test chamber. This could get a little annoying. Another letdown is not being able to check the stats from each of the tests. From what we can see on the Xbox 360 version, there's nowhere to be found. So, if you feel like being competitive and comparing yourself to other friends to see who beat what tests in what times, you won't find it here. It's a strange one, as the original one had it, but not the second. Hopefully, this is an easily added feature.
Do not get covered in the repulsion gel. We haven't entirely nailed down what element it is yet, but I'll tell you this, it's a lively one, and it does not like the human skeleton.
Portal 2 is also the first game in the series to come packed with a multiplayer element. A cooperative campaign where you and a friend can play one of two droids named Peabody and Atlas. Like the single player, you are completing puzzles. This time, however, you both have a portal gun and can deploy up to 4 portals. This then makes the puzzles even more interesting. This is a really fresh idea, and you and a friend can have a lot of fun either split screen or online. You can always play with a random player, but Valve does state that it's best played with a friend. We actually found the multiplayer incredibly addictive, especially when you're both lost with what to do next in the puzzle. With another brain playing alongside you, it's even more rewarding once you've completed your challenge. The clever part to the puzzle is being able to see what the other player can see. At times where you have to split up in order to work together, you can simply press a button to see what your teammate can see. Along with this, you can also point out and mark spots, where to plot portals, where to move next, and even start a countdown timer for you both to click a switch at the same time. The co-op functionality is the best we've ever seen in a game. This is hands down the most fun you'll have with a friend. Nice work, Valve. Overall then, we love the lengthy campaign, the engaging story, and the laughter fest humour. Stephen Merchant really makes the game something special. Without him, we'd feel pretty lost inside. Also, with the co-op being the most fun we've had with a friend in a long time, this really is shaping up to be a game worthy of an award. And it gets Arvo 10 out of 10.
Cave Johnson, we're done here.